The most interesting part of GPT 5.6 is not that it is smarter. The interesting part is what it suggests about the future of AI work. We are moving from one model answering one prompt to systems of models working across steps. That is why people are paying attention to GPT 5.6 Ultra-style workflows. The idea is simple but powerful. Instead of one assistant trying to solve the entire task alone, the system can behave more like a team. OpenAI's GPT 5.6 launch language is important here because it emphasizes long-horizon professional analysis, browsing, tool use, and computer use. Those are not just chat features, those are agent features. One part plans, one part researches, one part writes code, one part checks the answer, one part summarizes the result. That is not just a bigger chatbot, that is agent architecture. And for developers, this matters a lot. Most coding tasks are not single-step tasks. You do not just ask for code and paste it. A real task looks like this: understand the repo, find the relevant files, make a plan, edit carefully, run tests, read the failure, fix the mistake, explain the final diff. That is already an agent workflow. The problem is reliability. When one model tries to do all of this, it can lose track. It may skip inspection. It may over-edit. It may misunderstand the terminal output. It may summarize success before actually proving anything. A multi-agent setup can reduce that risk if it is designed well. The planner does not need to edit. The coder does not need to write the final report. The reviewer does not need to invent a new solution. Each role can be narrower, but here's the catch. Multi-agent does not automatically mean better. Sometimes it just means more tokens, more cost, more complexity, and more ways to fail. If the planner is wrong, every downstream agent may confidently execute a bad plan. If the reviewer is weak, it may approve broken work. If the agents disagree, the system can loop. That is why Ultra Mode or any multi-agent approach should be judged by completed workflows, not impressive demos. The benchmark should be simple. Can it solve a real issue in a real repo? Can it recover when tests fail? Can it keep changes small? Can it explain what it did? Can it stop before taking risky actions? That last point matters. More autonomy means more power, but also more risk. An agent that can edit files, run commands, and coordinate tasks is useful. An agent that does those things without discipline is dangerous. So did OpenAI build a multi-agent swarm? The better question is, are we entering the era where top AI products are no longer just models, but orchestration systems? I think yes. GPT 5.6 is important because it pushes the conversation from intelligence to workflow. The winner will not be the model with the best single answer. The winner will be the system that can reliably turn a messy goal into a finished result. To understand why this matters, think about how a human team solves a hard engineering problem. One person does not usually do everything perfectly. Someone investigates the bug. Someone understands the product impact. Someone writes the patch. Someone reviews the diff. Someone checks the release risk. Multi-agent AI tries to copy that shape. But there is a trap. Adding more agents does not automatically create better judgment. If all the agents share the same blind spot, you have not built a team. You have built an echo chamber with a bigger token bill. That is why the orchestration matters more than the label. A good swarm needs role separation. The planner should not be allowed to silently edit production files. The executor should not be allowed to declare the whole task complete without verification. The reviewer should be forced to inspect actual evidence, not just the executor's summary. This is where GPT 5.6 style systems could become powerful. If the model can maintain context, use tools, and coordinate stages, it can become the brain inside a larger workflow. But the workflow still needs boundaries. For a coding agent, I would want these rules. Plan before editing. Show the files it intends to touch. Make one small change at a time. Run the relevant test. Report the exact evidence. Ask before risky operations. Those rules sound boring, but boring is what makes automation useful. The most dangerous AI agents are not the ones that fail loudly. They are the ones that appear to succeed while skipping proof. So if Ultra Mode is a multi-agent swarm, the interesting question is not whether it looks impressive in demos. The interesting question is whether it creates reliable work under constraints. Can it handle a failed test without panic? Can it keep scope narrow? Can it stop and ask when the task becomes risky? That is what developers should care about. The next wave of AI will not be judged by one perfect answer. It will be judged by completed workflows. And in that world, orchestration is the product. For a video like this, the most useful visual is a simple agent pipeline. User goal goes in. Planner creates the task graph. Researcher collects context. Executor performs the action. Verifier checks the evidence. Reporter explains the result. Then the loop either closes or goes back for another pass. That is the architecture people should understand. The magic is not that 5 agents exist. The magic is that each agent has a narrower responsibility. Narrow responsibility reduces chaos. The planner should not be rewriting code. The executor should not be inventing product strategy. The verifier should not trust summaries without evidence. If GPT 5.6 makes those role-based workflows more reliable, then it changes how AI tools are built. But if Ultra mode simply throws more computation at the same unclear task, it may only become expensive confusion. So the verdict is careful optimism. Multi-agent systems can be powerful. They can also be wasteful. The difference is architecture, and architecture is exactly what developers should be paying attention to. Now, the receipt that matters is OS World 2.0. OpenAI says GPT 5.6 Sol gets 62.6% there. OS World-style evaluations are useful because they move closer to computer use workflows, clicking, navigating, using apps, and completing tasks. That does not prove the model is safe as an autonomous worker, but it does show why OpenAI is pushing the agent narrative. So the title is not just hype. GPT 5.6 Ultra mode matters because the industry is moving from single answer models to multi-step work systems.